assignment sheet right here. It says on here, Mr. Smith has decided that he wants to release a mobile version of his website, DerekSmithWeb.com. He has decided to ask you to create a mobile template for his website. Using Dreamweaver, create a template page for blank HTML document for DerekSmithWeb.com, and please use the following instructions. Now, Jack just asked me, he said, are you going to actually use one of these things? The answer is, on this part, no. At some point in time during this semester, those of you that are probably a little further along, a little more advanced than the others, I might ask you to redesign my website, and if you do a really good job on it, I might actually use it next year if you do a really good job on it. Now, on this one right here, number 1 says create a folder called Derek Smith Web your name, and then use the site name, Mr. Smith's mobile site. So I'm just going to go right there, hit site, new site. The site name is going to be called Mr. Smith's mobile site. Now, I am recording this, so if you don't get something while I'm doing it, I'll put it up there on the website. And then I'm going to create a folder for this assignment. Actually, I look like I've already used that assignment. Spell this with this B2, correct? And I go find and create a folder for this. Where did my B2 folder? Actually, I'm just going to go do this back on my computer because it'll be a lot easier and a lot faster for me to do it back there. You go find my B2 folder. And I'm going to select that folder right there. I'm going to hit save. Now, I didn't put this in the instructions, but this is what you have to do in order to complete this assignment. You need to create a new page, create a new HTML page. And I'm going to just save it as template. Just hit File and hit Save. I'm just going to call it template. And then you need to attach a CSS file to it, okay? So I'm going to go over here to my CSS designer. Where it says sources, I'm going to hit the plus sign. I'm going to create a new CSS file. I'm going to actually create a folder for it to save in. Actually, hold on 1 second before I do that. I'm going to go back over here to my files menu, and I'm going to create a new folder called CSS to store my CSS file in. Then I'll go back over here, add that on, create a new file. I'm going to put it in that CSS folder. I'm just going to call it styles. And I do want to remind you, this is 100% review what I'm showing you how to do right here. Okay. Now, I'm also going to go ahead and get out of live view. I'm going to change that to design view because it'll be a lot easier for me to type in what I'm going to type in. Now, number 3 says create an appropriate heading for the top of the page. It says put what you would like in this heading, but it must be appropriate and professional. What might be a good thing to put in there? What would be a good thing to put in your heading?
Mr. Smith's website.
There you go, Mr. Smith's website, right? You all, if I'm going to go over this, you all have to be quiet. First thing I'm going to do is go to my Insert tab right there, and I'm going to choose Header. And so I can style it easily. I'm going to give it the ID Header. Click OK. You all can go in there and edit the text however you want. I'm not going to go edit the text. I'm just going to show you how to set up the page. Now, number 4 says create a navigation section with an unordered list of the following links, and then I give you a long list of those. Okay? So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to make sure I click at the end of the where it says goes here. I'm going to click down there in my code, actually. I'm going to insert a navigation section. I'm going to give it the ID nav. And then I'm going to insert an unordered list. And then inside that unordered list that you see right there, I'm going to insert my list items. And what's that first one going to be here?
Oh,
Actually, hold on. Let me do that. Let me do it a little bit differently there. Let me delete my unordered list first. There we go. Now I'm going to insert my unordered list right there. Excuse me. I'm going to type in what? Home, about, assignments. What else is in there? Class schedule. I'm just going to call this advanced computer applications. Now, one thing, if you take a look at my list right here, if you look at my codes, it needs to be inside my nav section. So I'm going to move that in between this open nav and close nav right here. There we go. Number 5 says create a main section where the main content for each page can go. Replace default text with this is where the main content goes. So I'm just going to choose section, give it the ID main. They're all lowercase letters, main. And then the last part, number 6, says create a footer section. So right down there, I'm going to insert a footer. Give the ID footer. And click OK. Now, number 7 says apply any appropriate properties to each section that you insert. It says at the bare minimum, change background and text colors, make each section look professional in appearance, and then when you're done, create a zip file and upload it. Now, in order for you to go and actually create your styles, you need to go and select each section. This is my header section. I'm going to add a selector on for my header. Then I'm going to go select my unordered list, add a selector on for that one. I'm going to go down here and select my main section, add a selector on for that one. And then I'm going to go through here and I'm going to select my footer section, add a selector on for that one. Once you've done that, all you got to do is edit your content on the page, what the content I asked you to put on there, and then apply properties to each one of them. Remember that this screen over here on the left, that edits the content. Over here on the right, you select each section to apply properties to it, okay, to do the styling. If I were going to do the header, my layout options are right here. My text options are right there, my border options are right there, and my background options are right there. If you can't find those, check off where it says Show Set so you can see the ones that you have options of setting. When you finish this part, save your work, go find where you have your folder saved at, put that folder in a zip file, and upload it to Canvas. Okay? What questions do you have about this assignment? Okay, most of you, I know, have at least started on the assignment, but may have not gotten very far. That's what I want you to work on right now, okay?